It's 10 years now since I wrote my book, Playing the Moldovans at Tennis, and I'm back in the city, Chisinau, where it all happened. And I want to get a measure of just how much things have changed in the 10 years since I was last here.
The former Soviet socialist realist art was still on show, as were the trademark electric buses. The government buildings gave away a clue as to how things had changed. Moldovans had rioted after disputed summer elections, something Moldovans never would have dared to have done before.
When I first came to Moldova, a lot of the manhole covers had actually been stolen because people used to melt down the steel or the iron. And now they're all back, so it's a lot safer walking around the place. So one of the major differences here is just people have a little bit more, there's more advertising, hoardings, bigger cars. Never seen a car like that before. But the people on the streets look the same, the clothes look the same, and I think there's still a lot of long faces about, which is what struck me so much when I was here before.
A trip to the market revealed that more goods were on sale than on my previous visit, but still not of the highest quality or the widest range.
A lot of the clothes being bought in this market are second-hand. A lot of Moldovans will have to live like that, buying second-hand clothes, cheap clothes, given that the minimum monthly wage at the moment in Moldova is $70 US a month. That gives you some measure of what a lot of people are having to survive on.
Some Moldovans had picked up a sense of fun as well.
Could I have some on my head? On my head? Water? Or a shower? It's a very hot day. No? Oh, okay.
If you want?
Yeah, a little bit. Thank you. Perfect.
It's good?
Yeah, shower, dosha. What's a shower?
Дождь.
Dosht. Good. Mulțumesc. I'm staying in Moldova in these lovely flats here, and then my neighbour, just up here, is the acting president, Mr. Gimpu. I hope it stays as egalitarian as this. Somehow I doubt it.
I wanted to make a trip to the bus station to see if it had changed. I remembered it having a wonderful Soviet-style mosaic on the wall. I was not disappointed. It was still there in all its magnificence. Some of the Moldovans were still as shy as ever. A movie career certainly wasn't going to be for her. Some of the Moldovans still drank quite a lot. The music from Chisinau's lovely Central Park called me, and a Sunday afternoon dance, a tradition which has been going on for decades, was taking place. I wanted to join in with the dancing, but needed to find a real Moldovan beauty before I did so. I was in luck. Yes, what a beauty. These Moldovan women certainly like me. On my first visit, I was struck by how grim and miserable people looked on the streets as they went about their everyday business. I couldn't quite understand it.
Now I've come back, it's not quite as bad as it was. So I think government has decided to do something about that. And what they've done is given them instructions to try harder, to look gloomy. I have a recollection of this being a beautiful park. Just behind me there were steps down, there was a lake with boats on. Now it's completely overgrown, and it just feels like a scam to me that they've let this all get overgrown. It'll be sold to private developers, and the next time I come there'll be big private houses up. Bulldozers are moving in over there already. This is what happens when one system collapses and is replaced with another one. What tends to happen is the big private money comes in, a few individuals get richer and richer, and the poor people at the bottom have even less to enjoy. They have to pay for everything. It's shocking. Half the royalties from my book Playing the Moldovans at Tennis went to a trust fund which has been able to buy the place behind me, the Hippocrates Centre, children's care centre for kids with cerebral palsy. It does fantastic work, but they need to get into a bigger premises, and they're going to tell me more about it.
The children come in for one intense therapy session, each day for a fortnight. And at the same time, their parents are taught some basic massage skills which they can use with the children when they return home.
Whenever you start any sort of centre like this, it's very important that there's a picture of you up in the centre as a good, established authority figure. Unfortunately, there's a picture of me dressed as a pixie.
Hello.
They picked up on this, as in one of my books there's a picture of me there, and they decided to make this the symbol of the centre.
Next I headed to see how Hippocrates patient Nikolai and his family lived. They agreed to let me come to their home on the edges of the city.
So in total she works from 6 a.m. to about 9-10 in the evening.
Работа начинается с
6 a.m.
7.
till 9 in the evening, and that is 9 or 10, and that's 2 shifts.
They told me that 6 people lived in 2 rooms. The bathroom was shared by 3 other families, and so was the kitchen.
It's just, what does she mean by 2 shifts? Just she works one.
Well, I just left the flat. That was a very sobering experience. All those people sharing all that stuff, cramped. I'm not going to moan about anything for a while, I'll tell you. It's pretty tough going, the way they have to live.